All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Jodi there.
And we are super excited to react to some more
QI, or quite interesting.
And this one is called, What is the Point of a Tap in the Ocean? Key.
I knew it was going to come somewhere.
And I don't know. I didn't know there was a tap in the ocean. So I am definitely confused.
Yeah, you just screw the faucet on and just, fill up the water.
You put the metal pipe there and you let go and it just like either sinks or bobs a little bit and then sinks.
I don't know, but I had to laugh because the other day a friend and I were talking about a student we have who speaks French, but she's from Africa. And we were talking about how it's just interesting, all the different languages that are spoken around the world that you just don't realize are in different countries. And she actually sent me, QI, a video of it.
Oh,
and
wow.
do you happen to know what place has the most English speakers?
The most English speakers?
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing you're going to say Africa because you just mentioned that. Big continent.
Actually, a country in Africa has the most French speakers. More than France, more than Canada. But who do you think has the most English speakers?
India.
Yeah, Mumbai. Mumbai has the most...
country.
Sorry, well, yeah, but I mean, they just said, where do you think? And they said Mumbai. They said a country for France, but they said Mumbai for English. And I thought, wow, that's incredible. But it was kind of cool that an American shared a QI video with me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Small world.
Small world.
We're going to go ahead and check out this one. If you like our reaction video, please don't forget to
like this video, subscribe to our channel. Please, please, please. It really does help. And I love seeing the people in the comments who are like, just subscribe. Love you. And hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video. I'm kind of back on our Instagram page and slowly popping up some of these videos. But yeah, it's exciting.
It is very exciting.
Very, very.
Here we go.
Time for a secret operation. What is the point of a tap in the ocean?
Oh. That's not a real picture.
Thank you, Rock.
It isn't a real picture, because in Britain you'd have two taps for no reason at all.
Okay, I don't understand this. So you have a hot tap and you have a cold tap,
Yes.
right? Yes. Well, how's that? So you're trying to wash your hands, and what happens? You put it under the hot tap, you think, oh! And then you have the cold tap, How is it the British haven't discovered there's a mixer tap? What is it? Did you find that baffling when you arrived?
I still find it baffling, I don't understand radiators. Why you want to heat an entire house with a small, hot metal plate in the corner? It doesn't work.
What would you do instead?
We have forced air in Canada, otherwise you freeze to death.
What do you have a what?
Forced air, just the same as aircon.
Forced air, aircon.
Yes.
So we have...
I've never heard the term. I'm 40, late 40s, and I don't... I genuinely didn't know how old I was. I'm not going to bother sitting here working out, but I'm 50 soon, and I've never heard the term forced air. Well, not in that context.
I love the fact, Rod, that I'm asking you some quite complicated science questions, and you don't know how old you are.
I'm about 49.
You're about 49. Have you just worked it out?
Yeah. I'm so used to saying I'm 50 in a few years. I'm so used to saying that for a moment it's something...
The thing is, though, it is quite good to know how old you are. And the producer just told me in my ear, Rod, that you're 48.
way to remember how old you are. Is there like a little, some kind of song I can sing or something? Or...
I've never needed a mnemonic for my age. I thought we could invent one.
Wow.
I'm going to come back to what's the point? What's the point? That's the question.
I've written one for you.
Yeah.
I've written one for you.
Okay, here we go.
How about, like, what year are we in today? When am I born? Just take that away. You don't have to be a whiz. That's how old Rod Gilbert is.
I just followed your poetic guidelines. I'm 48.
At the risk of repetition, what is the point of a tapping?
Seriously.
Is it so that when sea levels rise, you can turn it off? I don't know.
So it's not actually a water tap.
It's not a tap.
Rather
Oh, tap.
So what else could you tap? What's another kind of tapping that people do when they're trying to listen in?
Wire
There's a
tap.
shop behind you.
Yeah. Is it a wire when they put a wire transatlantic radio communication wire?
It's Cold War It's called Operation Ivy Bells, and it took place from 1971 to 1981, and it was the USA wiretapping a Russian underseas cable. That thing, they're moving it into position there, is a giant tape recorder, and they just put it onto the wire. So the sailors on a submarine, the USS Halibut, located a Soviet cable. They located a Russian cable off the Russian east coast, and they moved a 6-metre-long recording pod around it to track the communications. The thing I really like about it, because we're talking some years ago now, the device had to be updated every month, and so divers had to leave a submarine once a month and change the tapes. But it was hugely successful. It ran for a decade until a National Security Agency employee of the United States sold the information to the KGB.
Spying was a lot
Sold the
more
information?
hassle back then when you got to train a team of divers, get submarines.
Yeah.
Now you just need somebody's maiden name and their first pet's name and you're off.
Yeah.
If you're Russians, you just have to go and see Donald Trump and ask him.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I do have to say two things. One thing is I love checking out Post Secret, and there was a postcard that said Americans don't vote for Trump. We don't like him, and it was from Europe. It's just in Europe, and I had to laugh at that. We do not get political, but it is a very, very heated debate here in the States.
No, and I don't want to keep any politics in the comment section either, but I just want to say, because I'm not political at all, I'm glad there's one person that speaks for all of Europe for how they prefer their American candidates. We just listen to this guy. Just ask Bill. He speaks for us. Because politics are always just one-sided, right?
But, yeah, anyway, I loved it. But what I was going to say is, crap,
As you're thinking...
Yeah, what was I going to say?
I understand the whole faucet thing, but it makes a lot more sense wiretap.
Yeah, definitely. I was just going to say, it's so stupid, but the birthday thing, you know what's funny is I don't remember my birthday either. I go off of yours. I remember your birthday. And I just subtract, your age, and I just subtract, or I should say my age.
But that doesn't really work because there's a few months where it's not 4 years.
It's just a few months.
Who does not know their age?
I just subtract from you. I don't know. I always just think, Nick's 41, so subtract, I'm 36.
Honestly, quite honestly, once I got past, 35, I just didn't even care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those people that says, I'm always going to be 29 or 39 or whatever it is. But, what's the point? When you're a kid, you're like, I'm this many. Or, you're 18 or you're 25 or, oh, no, I'm 29. This is rough. Once you're past 35, I know those people watching this in their 50s and 60s rolling their eyes. But for me, once I got past 35, what's the point? I'm in my 40s now. 40, 41, 42. Doesn't really even matter. No.
When I just feel old in general. I'm like, oh, I'm not young anymore. I'm just old.
Because you're always young until you're not.
Yeah.
And that's so crazy.
My body caught up with me. And then hearing how my students were not born for, when we were talking about 9/11, and I'm like, oh, that's right, you were not born in 2001. Oh, okay. I feel super old. I feel like my grandparents now. Back in my day, when cell phones were not a thing, and
your grandparents from the South?
No.
Oh my gosh. I think I've met them before. Pretty sure. The whole wiretap thing just blows my mind though. They found a way to
so cute.
To record. Speaking of no one's looking, I know the ocean is humongous, but you would think with all of the double agents and spies, all that kind of stuff, you'd think they would figure out that the Americans, or I think it was the Americans, right? Not the British, whoever it was, had wiretapped them. And where in the ocean it was, so they can go down there and kind of disconnect it or cut it or something like that. And the fact they would go there once a month to change the tapes, you'd think someone would be on sonar or something. They'd be like, hey, who is that that's always going out there? It's not some fisherman, for crying out loud. And then not just that, but just the fact that they sold all the information. Made a killing on that. That was a great investment.
KGB.
That just blows my mind. It really does.
Actually, somebody selling the information does not blow my mind at all.
All of that blows my mind.
I mean, people will do anything for a quick buck. I was just watching, my gosh, the saddest thing on YouTube. Sorry, I sent it to Nick. About a car that pulled out in front of another car, really close, hoping to be hit, but the guy behind him stopped in time. So what they did is they backed up and slammed into the car in front of them, because at least in the States here, if you rear end somebody, it is your fault. So to back up into somebody,
But why would
makes
they
it look like the other
want to
person.
get in an accident? I still don't get
Because
that.
if you notice, when they came out, they were holding their head like, oh, they're gonna sue. Sue happy country.
Too bad it's a dash cam there that recorded the entire thing, you morons. Always love these videos. We hope you enjoy our reaction to it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
Goodbye.